Uh, okay. Hi, Ambesh.
Hi, sir. Very good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm good, sir. How about you?
Yes, I'm also doing great. Thank you. Ambesh, I have seen your profile. So it seems to be very feasible for the current position. And Ambesh, it would be great if you can walk me through your profile.
Sure, sir. As you know, my name is Ambesh Kumar Pandey. I basically hail from Uttar Pradesh,
Mhm.
and I have a previous non-tech. I was in non-tech background in sales for last 5 years. In the last 2 years, I am into an operational field where I am. To be very specific, I am into operational analyst field in a company for almost 1 year, 7 months. So I have an expertise with SQL and Power BI to handle the tools that I'm using to give the meaningful information to our data, sir.
All right, all right,
So yeah.
fine. So, any of the projects you were associated with, Ambesh?
See, sir, I was associated with one of the project where we used to find out the export data for one of the product
A
that
bit,
is
bit more
coffee.
audible, please.
Am I audible, sir, now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so in my company, I was given a task where I have to find the insights about the export of coffee from India to Europe countries.
Okay.
So there we have a listed of 10 to 15 companies for
Mm-hmm.
which we have to find out, okay, what are their profit margins and what are their cost price in India and what is their selling price and every insights about that particular product where we have to create a dashboard or a report for those companies to show them what they are lacking and what are the countries they should target apart from Europe where they can have a good profit margin from they can get a good revenue out of it. So this was my project in the last 1 year, sir, in the company.
Okay. Fine. Great. So, all right. So Ambesh, may I know what's your strength and weakness?
You're talking about the technical strength or the in
Yeah,
general
overall,
strength?
overall strength and weakness.
Yeah, so my core strength is I'm a good listener, first of all. Second strength is I'm a very hardworking person. If you can give me a task and you give me a deadline, okay, I want it in this much time, I'm ready to meet that deadline, sir. So I'm a very hardworking person. Third is I am open to any kind of learning, sir. So if you are giving me a new opportunity in any of the technology which I am not means having a good knowledge of, so I'm open to learn that technology in a specified time so that I can improve and grow as per the company's needs.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So let's jump into the questionnaires again. Okay. So Ambesh, just tell me, how do you handle missing data in a data set?
So
What are
sir,
the common techniques?
so in order to find missing values, so first of all, see, missing values is something as a part of data, sir. It would be there in our data set, sir. So first of all, we have to go to the particular source who are providing the data so as to find out, okay, please tell me what is this missing value a general missing value or it's something which has been missed. If you can rectify it, then it is fine. Other than that, we have some of the tools that are used in Power BI as well as in Python where we use some of the functions to fill that missing values. Like in Python, we use backfill or forward fill, or we use mean, max mode, whatever the particular sets of, or whatever the as per the business requirement, we fill those missing values. So it's a part of our particular database according to the business need and as per after speaking to our manager or the data provider from the source from which the data is coming. After a discussion with them, we particularly handle accordingly. So
Okay, fine. So on a scale of 10, Ambesh, how would you rate yourself for SQL?
out of 10, sir, I would rate around 8, 8.5. So
8, 8.5.
yeah.
Okay. Fine. So let's get started. Right. So
Okay.
Ambesh, tell me, what do you understand by the term stored procedures and how can you create one?
So I'm sorry, I'm not able to recall right now a procedure because I have not used as that much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any understanding what are indexes?
Yeah, so indexes are used to retrieve the data in a SQL in a very much faster mode. There are
Mm-hmm.
couple of two types of indexes, like a clustered index and a non-clustered index. The cluster index sorts the data in a sequential order. Like if you have to retrieve faster, we use cluster index. Whereas in non-cluster index, there is no any sequential pattern over there. And majorly we use cluster whenever we define a primary key in a table, the cluster index automatically it gets injected. Whereas in non-cluster index, it's not the primary key, is the unique key who is a which is a differentiator over there. So,
Okay, okay. So, Ambesh, as you told that clustered and non-clustered indexes. Okay. So,
mhm.
how they improve query performance?
See, so in cluster index, it's a very means easy to retrieve the data because it is sorted. Okay,
Okay.
so it's very easy because means if you talk about non-clustered indexer, so
Mm-hmm.
each and every record has been given a row ID. Okay, so it's we can sort it in a very easier manner. Like in the case of our books, so we have indexes. Suppose we have to read some of the chapter in that particular book. We go to the index part, we see which page number this particular chapter is, and then we go to that particular page number and read that chapter. Okay. Likewise is in the SQL as well. Suppose I have to retrieve the data from, let's say, uh, uh, let's say it's a employee ID 3 data. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
root select everything from employee table where the employee ID is equal to 3. So this is the part of index. Okay. So
Okay.
that employee ID is a primary key in that employee table, and that 3 is the record which I want to fetch, and that is possible with the help of index.
Super, super. So, you sure on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, how do you use a case statement in SQL?
So case statements are the suppose if I have to find some of the requirements,
Mm-hmm.
or I can say some of the cases are there. Suppose I want to find those records where the salary range is between 20,000 to 50,000. Those persons record. So in that case, we can use case statement as well, or some way to filter the data in order to fetch the data.
Okay, can you please provide me some example of using case for conditioning logic in queries?
Yes, sir. Should I tell it verbally?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay.
If you're
So,
comfortable, then or else you can use the chat box.
okay. So, in case statement, suppose, sir, I want to fetch a record of a person from an employee table,
Mm-hmm.
and the logic over there is if you are using a logical, because case statement is a logical statement. So, in that case, when the salary is greater than 50,000, or that we can use select star from a comma case when salary is greater than 50,000, then give that employee then name that particular column as employees with salary greater than 50,000. So we create another attribute in particular SQL record so as to just segregate the data with the help of case statement.
Perfect. Okay. So coming to the next question, Ambesh, um, define me what do you understand by the term or the concept? What is the concept of normalization and denormalization? Are you familiar
So
with 1NF, 2NF?
yes, sir, I'm familiar, but I'm not able to recall 1NF, 2NF, but I know what is normalization.
Okay.
So normalization is in order to what we can say reduce redundancy in the table,
Hmm.
duplication in the table.
Hmm.
So we do create a partitioning of the table, or we create that
Mhm.
particular table into a subset of tables.
Okay.
Okay. So that process is called normalizations
Okay.
of a table. Yeah.
And what about denormalization?
Again, from just the reverse of normalization is the
A reverse
denormalization.
of normalization. Sure.
Yeah. I'm not pretty sure, sir,
Okay.
but there. Yeah.
All right. Have you come across the term called CTE?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I know what it is and how it is used?
So T is known as common table expression, sir. It's a temporary table which we use in a particular query
Okay.
to filter the particular table according to our need. It is used to create means suppose there is a complex query in the particular scenario, sir, and just an alternative to use a subquery, sir, CT. We create a temporary table, and we can reuse that particular table in our particular in that query as well
Hmm.
multiple times. So this is called CTs.
Perfect. So that's the end from SQL. So how would you rate yourself on a scale of 10 for Power BI, Ambesh?
So Power BI, I would rate around
Sorry,
seven, sir.
7. All right. Okay. So let's get started again. Um, okay. So, Ambesh, tell me the difference between direct query and import modes in Power BI.
So import mode and direct query are the two main motive is to fetch the data from the sources. Okay. Import mode, we are completely taking the data, means data from particular sources. We are just injecting the whole table into our particular Power BI desktop. Whereas we in the direct query, we are establishing a connection between a Power BI and a particular source, that is MS SQL Server or any of the source, Postgre, MySQL, any of the database. So this is the major difference between a import mode and a direct query mode in Power BI. There are some
Any
of the
any 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 kind of pros and cons?
yeah. If I talk about the pros, sir, of import mode, the perfect way is the best way is to import the data into our Power BI. First, why I'm saying so,
Mm-hmm.
because we are able to use all the DAX expressions in our import mode.
Okay.
Second, most of the visualization tools are applicable in the import mode, which are not applicable in the direct query mode.
Okay.
Okay. And it's easy to means it's easy because the query performance is also very high in the in the import mode, sir. Whereas the query performance is low in the direct query mode. DAX expression doesn't work in the direct query mode, and most of the some of the visual tools doesn't support the direct query mode, sir.
Okay. Okay. Done. So, let's say that you have to create and use calculated columns and measures in Power BI. So, how are you going to do that?
Sir, calculated columns are used when we have to evaluate a calculation on the basis of row by row calculation. In that case, we use calculated column,
Mm-hmm.
and it is also known as row context.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you are getting the aggregate evaluation of the data, then in that case we are using measures. Okay?
Okay, sure on that.
And it is, yeah, suppose if I have to calculate revenue in
Right.
a specified table,
Mm-hmm.
and that revenue would be calculated aggregately, in
Mm-hmm.
that case I would be using measures, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose now I have to calculate the price of any commodity or of any product, and then in that particular table I have a unit price of that particular commodity, and as well as I have the quantity of that particular commodity. So in
Okay.
that case we cannot use measures. We have to use calculated column because has to be calculated row wise, because each commodity will have the means different unit price and the quantity sold.
Okay.
So in that case, we would be using calculated columns. Whereas if you have to sum up the whole particular quantity sold, or if you have to sum up the whole price of the particular products, then we can use measures.
Mhm. So, have you come across DAX?
Yes, sir. I've
Oh.
used it.
So, how do you implement time intelligence in Power BI using DAX?
So, sir, some of the time intelligence functions that is used in DAX are total YTD, total MTD, or total. So these are
Super.
the functions that we use as a time intelligence
Mhm.
functions in Power BI.
Okay.
So,
Can I
so
say that sample period
yeah,
last year?
yeah. This is also a time intelligence
Okay.
function.
What else?
Same. Apart from that, I told you total YTD, MTD, QTD, as well as same period last year, date add, no, not date add, yeah, date add
Dates
as
in
well.
period. Yes.
Yeah, paid dates in period. So these are the some of the DAX expression of time intelligence functions.
Super. Super. Okay. So, tell me the key components of a Power BI report.
Power BI, so I'm so sorry, we couldn't
Yes,
get.
the key components of Power BI report.
So the key component of Power BI reports are the visualization tools. Okay. And uh, the other one is the query, the particular model view
Filters, you
and
can say.
filters. I'm so sorry, filters and the tables.
Okay. Can slicers be a part of that?
Yes, absolutely. So report will
Sorry?
be used. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Slices would be used as a visualization.
So, tell me from end to end. Okay. So, tell me, how do you share Power BI reports and dashboard with others?
So, sir, as per my understanding, I have not shared the report because I have not given the authority to share. Have
Okay.
been
So,
given authority to create.
you just tell me the steps to
So,
publish. Yeah.
so there is a publish button in the Power BI desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So where we create a workbook, and through that workbook, we create a report into a particular Power BI service account. We have an account over there, and through that account we create a workbook, and through that only we publish the report. Don't have a much deeper knowledge of
Okay. Okay.
publishing the
Not an issue.
reports.
So, Ambesh, coming to the Python part again. Okay. So, tell me how proficient are you in Python? Rate me out
So
of
I have
10.
a basic level of understanding of Python. Sir.
Okay. So how would you rate?
If in terms of tens, I would rate around 6 in Python.
6. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So my first question is, how would you use Python to automate data extraction from various APIs and combine the data for analysis?
See, so with the help of Python, we can use data to connect with the multiple sources.
Mm-hmm.
And with the help of some of the function like merge function and group by function, we can use to merge the data into the particular sets.
Okay. Can you be more clear?
I'm very basics in Python, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So, last question. Explain how would you use Python to detect and handle anomalies in a data set? What are the techniques and libraries would you employ?
The Python, for example, if you have a data set, so first and foremost thing is to find the missing value.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then we have to find that the data is having a proper integrity or not by having the proper sets of data. So we handle the missing value. We follow whether the data by some of the function like we see, so that we can find that data is in proper structure. So these are the steps that we use in Python uh,
Well.
to
So,
yeah.
Ambesh, if given a chance to work with some other team, okay, how soon you can grasp the, new technology?
So if I have given a chance to work with any of the
Apart from
teams,
this data analytics, data analyst post domain. All right.
so sir, I suppose if I am given a chance to learn any of the new tools, so
How
I
soon you
would
can
be
grasp?
I can be ready in around 14 to 20 days, sir. Maximum
14 to 20
3 weeks.
days. All right. Right. 2 to 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, done. Fine. So, would you be comfortable there, and or you have to shift to your basics? I mean, the your
So
original.
I am first of all concentrating on the data analyst part. Once I'm thorough with the data
Once the
analyst
company requirement has been done, you will
and
shift
yeah,
back to your
if
original one.
company wants me to learn new technology,
Okay.
I'm ready to adapt and learn because whatever the company goal is my goal, sir. If company
Mm-hmm.
wants me to learn this XYZ technology in a less period of time, and I'm ready to learn that technology as well, so that I can improve my efficiency towards the work.
Okay. Okay. So, let's say like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I want to grow into the system, sir. First of all, the
Mm-hmm.
present company only. I want to be into a topmost position with new learnings, so that I can help others as well. If I'm means going onto an upper hierarchy, sir, I am ready to offer my knowledge to our newcomers in the industry. So in order to help newcomer, I have to gain more and more knowledge and more tools. So
Well,
first of all, I have to get the knowledge, and I want to be on that position where I can help more and more people in our organization to grow more better than me.
okay. So, Ambesh, what do you think? What is work-life balance, and how can you manage it from the personal life balance? I mean, how can you do that
So work-life
in spite
balance
of
is,
in spite of having multiple projects and tight deadlines? So, what do you feel?
see, so work-life balance is nothing but how you systematically maintain your work,
Mm-hmm.
sir. So whatever the task has been assigned to you on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, even
Okay.
in
Okay.
an organization, you have to maintain that particular you have to complete that task in particular deadline. If
Okay.
you are doing so, sir, there is no any hustle and bustle to just because most of the people who are lagging behind in work life balance is because they are delaying their tasks. They are just keep on piling up their work, and that is where they are lagging. If you are maintaining that work, if you have stuck somewhere, go
Mm.
ask the upper hierarchy, so that that particular problem is solved over there and your deadline is met at an every day
Okay.
purpose. If
Okay.
you're maintaining that, your personal life and the work life would be nice.
Well, so with that, Ambesh, thank you for joining today's podcast. So we'll get back to you with the feedback again. Okay. Have a great day and all the very best. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
all right.